What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Hope you're doing well today. Today we're going to play a track that's actually been out for just under 4 months now, I want to say. This track originally released back in September of last year. It feels so weird saying that now that we're in 2025. New year, new me and all that, although it'll probably be the same, to be honest. But this track is created by Alex. It is called Red Sand MX Park. And as you can see, it looks like your typical kind of flowy, sandy track. You've got your rollers everywhere, your braking bumps, all that and the other. However, it's not sand traction. And the reason for that is to allow, I guess, all skill levels to be able to ride around it with a bit more ease. Because sand's one of them things, it can be a little bit tricky, especially for the newer players, whereas normal soft soil is kind of the way to go. So I imagine it's probably going to be a lot more high speed than normal sand tracks are, which should be good fun and keep it interesting. I've just seen this here. Sure, if I rail this outside, because that is really banged, do you reckon I can send this and you can definitely jump from there to that tabletop, 100%. I'm going to give it a go. The only downside today is I don't actually have an outdoor suspension yet on any of my bikes. I am currently still rocking, I don't know where I am. Oh, here I am. I'm currently just still rocking my Supercross setup. So we're going to see how that goes. Still rocking the whole Triumph vibe as well. Alex is going to hate me for covering this at this point rather than when it first released. We'll get into it once we start riding around.
For all of you passionate gamers, you can now get 20% off all G Fuel products worldwide by using code LINS at checkout. And for any of you motorheads looking for some new drip or apparel, use code MXPR_LINS15 fxrracing.eu to get 15% off. All links and codes are in the description down below. Enjoy the video and drop a cheeky little like and subscribe.
Let's see how this all plays then, shall we? So the reason that Alex might hate me a little bit is because before this track even released, he slid into my... Am I going the... I'm going the right way. He slid into my DMs, obviously sending me the track a day or two early. It's no secret that when YouTubers do videos on certain tracks, they obviously sell a lot better than tracks that don't have any videos made on them. So that is a reason that a lot of us YouTubers get sent tracks a little bit early, or just free promotion, essentially, at the end of the day. Alex sent me to this, and Alex is a long-term Linda channel enjoyer. I always love seeing him show his face in the streams as well. And I never got around to doing it. And I can't remember the exact reason why. I don't know if it was just a case of we had a lot of tracks at that time that were being played and it was hard to kind of squeeze it in or what, but I'm doing it now. The only issue is now it's free, so he's not going to get any sort of let's say gain out of it, if that makes sense. But I thought I'd finally give it a go. I've not touched it at all yet. This is going to be just very first impressions. I'm going to try and learn it a little bit. I like sand tracks in general, even though it's not sand traction. You still get that kind of flow and feel and vibe of jumping your way through sandy waves. So we'll see how it goes. He does give a lot of thanks to Callum in the track description, the credits of this. I believe Callum was his mentor, let's say, when it came to creating tracks. It definitely does give Callum-esque vibes in terms of visuals and just overall style. And there you go. Yeah, I thought you'd be able to jump from there to there. Whether it's faster or not, I don't know. I'd imagine so. It makes more sense for it to be faster than hitting it the normal way. But I also saw this. This is kind of like weird little turny hip jump that just blip throttle up and over. Go into some rollers, or it might be better going around the outside in that corner actually, so you can cleanly double your way through them. And then the only thing with sand tracks is you never know how big the jumps are going to be. Sometimes they're like really long tables, and others they're more like check-up jumps, like speed checks, we have to slub up for. Let's just jump to the top of this dragon's... Oh, it's going to be a big preload. That's okay, we can use it. Try and downside that single into the corner. Round to the right. Lovely stuff. Round to the left. We've already done a lap, so it's not actually a super long track, to be honest. I thought it'd be longer. Sand track was usually quite a bit longer. Maybe it's just because we're going so fast around it. Who knows? And a part of me was torn if I should even be doing this. I don't want to ruin my Supercross muscle memory that I've got going at the moment, and I definitely need to spend some more time on the aerial test track to get that kind of smaller scaling ready for Supercross. But we're very close now. I believe our race is just a week from now. You should be seeing this on a Friday, what day is it? Friday the 3rd. So yeah, I believe 7 days time is when we're going to be doing it. So I'm going to be streaming it. It seems like now views are going to be quite spread out this year. I know this is a very selfish way of thinking, but this is YouTube brain going on. Because not only do I have myself in EU 450, Troy's, I believe, is also doing EU 450. Now Reaper is also doing EU 450. So we're going to have 3 different people, 3 different streams, all in the same class, plus the usual cupcake stream as well from the commentating perspective. So it's going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult to get all eyes on the stream this year. But hope maybe people have more than one monitor, they can chuck multiple POVs up at the same time. But once I found that out, part of me was almost tempted to do NA instead, because obviously I haven't got to get up and go to work the next day since YouTube is my job, so I can afford to stay up late and do it. The only issue is, and it's something that I've always hated, even when it's not directly related to any Pro Series either, is I hate races on tracks that have been out for a while. The reason I like doing EU is because people get 30 minutes and then it's straight into qualifying. You know, people are still trying to figure the track out whilst going for hot laps, whereas then when you go into the NA races, people have had 5 hours to sit there and learn every single little detail of the track, and I don't like that. That usually ends up hindering me quite a lot, because I don't have them extra couple of attempts and half a second or so that people find in those extra 4 or 5 hours. Whereas in the EU side of things, I feel like I learn tracks quite well, quite quickly, so I can get up to speed really well. That's just my take on it. I know that not everybody sits there grinding it for the entire 5 hours that it's out, but a lot of people do, and I don't think I've got that in me at all. I think I'd burn out really quickly, especially if then I had to go and stream the race after that. So I think I am still going to stick with EU. It's just going to be tough times this year. But this does lead me on to something that we do every couple of months on this channel. When would you lovely people like to see a donate-a-thon? Do you think it's worth starting one next week? Do you think it's worth waiting until the start of February? I know that the Christmas/January period, in terms of financial-wise, is a bit of a tough time for a lot of people, having to make paychecks spread a bit further. I know a lot of companies tend to spread it out more, or they get like a December one early and then you don't get a January one for a little bit later. At least my old place of work used to do that. So let me know your thoughts on that, because I'm definitely down to do another one. I really am. I've been very irresponsible recently, and amongst the large amount of money it costs to get a little bit of extra hair on top of my head. And then after that, I have obviously found the new hobby of spending way too much money on Pokemon boxes that I don't even open. They just sit there on my shelf, and will probably sit there on the shelf for the next 10-20 years, hopefully increasing in value, and then I will sell them off again. So it's definitely needed. I do need to do another one. I've been slacking just in general, to be honest. Hopefully this year I'll be a little bit better with it. Obviously we're only on day 3 of the new year so far, but I've eaten very well, at least to this point. I've not been stuffing my face with bad food all day every day, and hopefully whenever I go on vacation with Linda at some point throughout this year, because we want to go to a hot country. We haven't done that yet. A lot of it's just been holidaying in the UK so far. Hopefully we'll have that dream figure that you die for. My plan, though, to be fair, I want to stay away from the gym in January, just so that all of the Christmas noobs kind of come and go, and then give up on their New Year's resolutions after a month and wait for it all to quiet down a little bit. And that's when I'll go. Until then, I'm just going for walks/runs and eating well. But we want to get the muscles as well. We don't want to just be skinny and have good cardio. You want to have a little bit of muscle about you. I think that's the best way to go. But one thing that I've been unsure of recently is, so if you take, is it yesterday? No, it was the 1st. So the video that I done on 1st, on New Year's Day, which was on the new Arena Cross tracks in Loveland, Colorado, part of the AMA Arena Cross series. That video, in my time, went up at 6 PM. The reason for that is the time that the track released, and at the track creators' discretion, they don't want anything released before the track comes out, so to speak. So we wait until 6 PM for the video to go up, as opposed to my normal 8 AM upload time. Now, YouTube's kind of poo in this regard, for when you go live, if you have also uploaded a video on that same day, it will push the live stream more than the video. So if I upload a video at 6 PM, like I did on the 1st, and I then go live at my usual go live time at 8 PM just 2 hours later, that video won't get pushed anymore. So it's basically dead in the water at that point. So you get basically 2 hours of video views, and that's it. It's all live stream after that. Whereas when I have days where I upload at 8 AM, you can imagine it's got an entire day, it's got like a full 12 hours for it to do its thing, being people's sub boxes, get viewed, etc. And then you can stream after that, and it's much better. So I did want to stream, do a nice New Year's Day stream, but it didn't really work from a numbers perspective. So it didn't really make too much sense. Yesterday I was just being a lazy so-and-so, and then today I had an awful night's sleep, so I ended up napping until about 1. I then had to go to the tip and take a whole bunch of like cardboard and stuff like that that's been overflowing over Christmas and throw that away. We then had lunch with Linda, which took us through to like 3 p.m, which is when I'm recording this right now. And yeah, this video is going to go up later today as well. So it's going to have that same issue as on the first, where it's not going to have the full amount of time. What I will try and do, I'm going to have a look around on MXB Mods or the shop and see what's about, and even I'll have a look in my video suggestions channel on Discord. I might see if I can record another video today directly after this one that can go up at 8 a.m. tomorrow, and then I can just live stream. After that, I can be back on actual a good normal schedule, and there's no harm in streaming anyway. It forces me to play the game a little bit more, get some more practice in ahead of the Supercross season, and it's going to just be a net positive at the end of the day. And you guys always like joining in public lobbies. We get to race on different tracks that you don't usually get seen played in rotation. Although I will say MXB ranked at the moment, although it's an absolute sweat fest and you do have to try really hard each and every race that you do, it is nice seeing more populated lobbies on tracks you don't usually see on the server list. And Smokester threw out a really good suggestion the other day. So tracks like this one that I'm playing right now, Red Sand, where on the shop you get a monthly free track release, it would be cool to see them free track releases getting thrown in rotation now and then too, because it just, again, increases the amount of tracks that people can play, and people haven't got to pay for them either. There's no secret that the freebies playlist on Ranked is always the most populated, because a lot of gamers are casual, you know, they don't want to do microtransactions here, there and everywhere. That's kind of the way of the world in 2024, 2025, is everything's monetized in some regards. Some people just like hopping on and playing their free tracks and having a good time with it, and they can do when these tracks get made to be free after a certain amount of time, and it's good to see. Now, this is not a track difficult, not a track by any means, Jesus Christ, this is not a difficult track by any means. I'm kind of flying my way around here. I've learned most of the sizes of the jumps, but even so, if you're flatland or if you come up a little bit short, it doesn't seem too detrimental. There's a lot of leeway, a lot of wiggle room with it as well. It does feel quite sand-esque in the turns of how you rail around. You kind of drift out wide on the exit. You're trying to double and triple your way over some of these little braking bumps. I'm going to try though, and let's try and slot the inside, because I've been railing the outside the whole time, and I don't actually think there's that much need to be honest. Try and hold inside here as well. But yeah, very, very straightforward. So, exactly like he says in the description, this open to all skill levels. You have not got to be a pro or be particularly good at this game to learn this. And if anything, I know it's not sand traction, but it is a sand style of track. It might be worth, if you're looking to get into your sand tracks, maybe give this a download whilst it's still free as well, and just give it a go and see if you can, I guess, find a flow, get a feel of what doubling and keeping the back wheel on the ground as much as you can through sand is all about. Yeah, where he's made it soft soil, it's so much easier to keep that momentum up. Whereas if you're playing a track, let's take 2024 Southwick, for example. I don't think I've hit that left side once yet, actually. Yeah, take 2024 Southwick, for example. If you kind of mess up in a corner, like if you spin out on the exit, for example, and especially if it's one where you've then got a long straight afterwards, you lose a lot of time just in overall momentum that you're carrying around the track. So it's really, really important to get that back wheel tracking, you know, try and wheelie as much as you can, double and triple braking bumps here and there. Let's send this. Can we downside this here? We can, lovely. So you can jump that into those rollers as far as you want. A lot of corners do seem very inside dominant, but then I haven't done a proper race on this yet, so I couldn't tell you how they all equal out. But you can see that a lot of them, a lot of the ruts kind of filtered together on the exit, which is just traditional with a lot of sand tracks. The inside drifts out wide, where in real life the riders are all trying to carry their momentum on the exit. And I really enjoy watching sand races in real life. That as someone that is absolutely horrific in sand in person, I'm much more of a hard pack rider. I don't know why, I just like being smooth and precise on the throttle rather than letting it all hang out. I really find fast sand riders impressive in real life to watch, because I just can't fathom just shutting your brain off, just gripping with your legs and going. I'm such more of a precise, calculated person, which it hinders me a lot of the time, because sometimes you end up letting like fear creep in rather than just letting it hang free a little bit. Sometimes I do wish I had that like a Barsha-esque style of just hanging on for dear life and seeing what happens. But who would have thought it, hey? A former accountant having a very analytical and methodical approach to racing motorbikes. Would never have been me. Would never have been able to guess that. But yeah, I just wanted to showcase this track for you whilst it's free. I don't know how long it's for. I think on general they're free for a week, but I don't know how long this one has been free for up to this point. I was just scrolling the shop and saw that it was there. So I'll link it down below. If you want to go and download it, by all means, feel free to do so. And yeah, again, if you made it this far, let me know your thoughts in the comments on the whole donate-a-thon thing, because I know I do need to do another one. It's been a good few months now. I think the time is about right to get back on it again. So let me know. I might even do a poll in my Discord as well. So make sure you join my Discord if you're not in there already. There should be a link to it in the description of this video. And thank you everyone for your continued support. Hopefully 2025 will go as well as all the previous years have gone. And I hope it's a good one for you as well, personally. Like, not just for me and the channel, but for you and your individual lives, whatever goals it is that you have for the year. Hopefully this is the year that you finally get it done, you know, commit to it, see it through, and hope that it goes well for you and all of your loved ones as well, and that Crash will about sum it up. So I hope you enjoyed. Drop a like if you did, subscribe channel if you're new, all that lovely stuff. I will catch you all in the next video. Peace.
Linz in the zone, never backing down. Riding MX bikes, he's the talk of the town. 2022 champ with a YouTube crown. His game is tight, no signs of slowing down. Late nights, bright lights, he's chasing that fame in the digital arena. Writing his name, she's a 10 out of 10. Supporting his lane, hairline might receive, but his passion's the same.